episode of Let's Talk About Tomorrow, where we discuss anything and everything related to Gen Z. I'm your host, Katrina, and this is my co-host.
And of course, I am David. Welcome to another episode of the show. And Katrina, would agree with me that in these times right now, to say the truth, smiles can be really expensive. And happiness is a luxury not everybody can afford.
Speaking of which, rising food prices have become a major problem for everyone. First, let me introduce my guests. I have Blessing in the house. Welcome. I also have David.
Thank you so
much. Yeah, and of course, we have Barrister Evans Ophelia in the house. Thanks for joining us once again. So,
David, I want to ask you something. You don't see food, Joe?
I look like a saying job. If you say the truth, I don't even know what to say, because I'm somebody that have a very, very healthy appetite. Very, very healthy appetite.
You look like somebody like it.
I tell you, and it's not funny. It's not even funny anymore. It's not funny. Sometimes I go to buy stuff. I go to school. You go to buy stuff, and when you bought it for yesterday, today you say I said
cannot
go, and you will see the body language of if you are not buying, go.
Exactly, it's not the way.
It's not like that. Do you get this? It's almost like they are angry at the fact that they bought it at that price.
Yeah.
So if you are trying to beat it down, just leave my shop.
You can't.
It's not funny. I know the seafood shop to answer your
question. What's affecting you?
My sister. Look at me. Just take a look at me.
You're looking good.
You don't look at you, so now look at you.
I reserve my comments.
The fact that Petrina is agreeing to everything you guys are saying, as if she picks up her phone and posts, who will buy me food now? Tell you guys no line up. It's 5 kids.
It's the truth you said, David. Some of them, that's why they are dodging this whole situation. There was one day in my house, we were broke. Whoever you are, it's your cup of tea. We were broke, and our neighbor, she's about how old then, she was shy, young, fine girl. Told her to enter something and look for money for us. We have our 5 boys, our brothers, us, me, the neighbors, and Tony. We were just in the house. We needed something to eat. And 5,000 came out in 30 minutes.
Is it you're saying, no, I did this. You're so proud of yourself.
No, it's not an IT. You needed money and you had a chair in the house.
You don't have to enter or something. I don't understand.
Social. And there was this boy, you are home, okay, no problem, drop your account number. Out of nowhere,
This is
we
how
also 5,000.
it's not said here.
And we just put it and shared it. That's how some of you guys are surrounding this situation.
Don't attribute my own to men, please.
With this
I'm independent. So what do you mean? I cannot take care of my own self. So I'm trying to see. What was the name?
Let's come back. Let's even bring it back home. Barrister, to have me chime in. The times are not fun.
Yes, the times are not funny because the government have not been able to regulate price of goods and services. What they have done so far is to take off subsidy. Petroleum price determines a lot because from every goods or service or whatever you call it, go through a transportation system.
Obviously.
So when you have the base price of anything, when you add the transport to it, add logistics to it, add profit, and the retailers will add their own. Before it gets to the end user, price has risen. Now, the fortune of Nigerians have not changed.
Actually,
minimum wage is still where it is. There's no disposable income. You can see that from last year to this year, before November last year, the prices of things, they are 3 times their prices now.
And that is not an exaggeration. How much do you used to buy a bottle of one of the popular sodas that we drink?
I think it was about 150 recently, and now it's about 300. Someone was even telling me about a bag of rice. That was what shocked me. 80k, over 80,000 naira for a bag of rice.
Really fast.
I can remember before rice was 10,000 naira.
It's almost looking like a biblical version of famine is coming up.
Yes.
Because I don't know that. Another question, sir, are some people trying to make us poor? Is it intentional?
Well, it's the irresponsibility of government. If you look at the Constitution section 14.2, it says the welfare of the citizens, security and welfare of the citizens shall be the primary purpose of government.
Okay.
But our government have abdicated that responsibility. They are in dereliction of their responsibility
It's too much.
to take care of the citizens. So what you have now is that even the rich are poorer.
Yes.
Except those in government. So when you buy fuel for that price, it does not only affect fuel, it affects every other thing. So the worst hit are students. Okay. Yeah, students these are people who are trying to establish their feet. They are studying now. There's little or nothing you can study under high tension poverty.
Under hunger.
Yeah, you can. There's little or nothing you can study. So it disrupts that whole space. So it's for government to do the needful, okay? Because already in some states, people are carrying placards already.
Yes. And people are being arrested for that.
Nigeria and Kwara thereabouts, and all that. So people are being arrested for, expressing themselves.
So it seems this whole situation is just comes to the fact that us Gen Zs have to get educated and involved. It's becoming too much. We understand when we growing up, one of the basic things we used to see on TV is the peaceful demonstrations and everything. And ever since 2020, there's been serious hesitation about anything.
Maybe I get your point that Gen Zs should be involved. But who told you they don't want to be involved? Gen Zs want to be involved. With the recent occurrences now, we've seen that they've tried their best possible to make sure they're involved in this, but they're not giving them room for that. It's not about their desire to be involved. It's about the fact that for them to get
Nobody will give you room for you.
You have to fight to
break forth that, you understand?
Even the fight, they've been breaking their things.
The truth is that there's a little we can stick to this trend. We are going to if they keep it at this, we are going to have natural breakdown of law and order.
Exactly.
Yes, you are going to have people will just you see this restriction. I say you go and arrest this because we are not yet enough out there. By the time all of us are out there, who are we arresting? Who are we arresting? Who are we not arresting? You can't arrest everybody. You don't have the facility to keep everybody. And people are trying not to be arrested so that they can be fed. Yes. So when we go to that level, you find out that the police will not be able to do what it is. Like the protest, we had
in 2020.
Yes, in 2020. That protest is one of its kind. And that one was not even tied to Survivor. Now we're saying end SARS. We're being killed and all that. But this one will be more intense. Because this one is a threat that everyone is living at the verge of survival. It's either you stay for now. Yes, so and then when you are pushed to that level where your survival is threatened, you can do anything.
Nothing else matters.
Nothing else matters.
It should be even more serious than the NSAS. That story of the cat and rat that was saying, how did you let the rat escape? And the cat was explaining that the rat was running for its life, but I was just running for food. It's just like people are running for survival now. If the motivation of the rat is stronger than no, for NSAS was no, but for food. For food, an hungry man.
You cannot rescue an hungry man from breaking for. You see, because anything that threatens your survival, you understand? There's this case where robbers came to rob a particular house, and that the man in the house had to run away and scale the fence.
Okay.
So when they asked him how he was able to leave the premises, he said it was the next day that he looked at the house. So this was the height that he scaled to. It happened under a different condition.
Yeah.
You understand? Look at what you are able to do when you have to fight for your life, compared to what you do when you have all the natural things around you to survive. They are different. So if this government is sensitive enough, it's not enough to keep telling us to go and sit down somewhere, go and relax somewhere. Nigeria will change. It's not getting better anywhere. So
it is not.
Yeah, it's not getting better. People are already pushing the world.
Talking about the world, David, are you close to the world?
I think I'm falling on.
Do you get? That's why I decided to ask you. You are looking like you just come back. You maybe it's
so the cost of living as we speak now, the average person that earns minimum wage cannot even survive 2 weeks, even 1 week with what you earn. So what this will do to us is that we're going to push more people into criminality.
Yes.
More people will be stealing. So
that's the
in your neighborhood, when you come out and you can't find your buckets, I just know that the government, people are getting back at you with the kind of situation.
And in this situation, the motivation for this stealing is not necessarily because they want to live a flamboyant life.
It's because they want to survive.
Do you know what it means to work? I use TikTok a lot. Most of the people that champion in this current administration, they are now very vocal about how in translation, what that means is we don't know that this is how it was going to be.
It's a very terrible thing. It's not something you can endure. You can endure other things, but hunger.
You cannot endure hunger. Hunger was not designed for you to put up with it.
It's for you to quench.
It is for you to. So
I remember there was one day in school, I was sleeping. And I just woke up. I didn't talk to anybody. I marched down the stairs and told, just give me bread and milk. I opened my eyes, hunger just woke me up and he was pushing. I had finished eating. I was trying to, okay, how did I leave my room? What exactly? It was a special situation.
We don't become to the students.
It is.
Sleep. Hunger is that powerful.
No, I'm trying to understand this thing because this is me just talking from observation point of view, yes? If, like you said, mostly our economy relies directly or indirectly, I don't know, on petroleum prices. Now, it has tripled overnight. Obviously, there will be a direct. What was government thinking? Because to be truthful, even other administrations, they said stuff like they were going to remove fuel subsidy. So if everybody said they were going to remove it, and many analysts then on TV, on TikTok, on everywhere, they were agreeing with the fact that it was wastage on the part of the Nigerian government. They subscribed to it. What was supposed to be, was that supposed to be a measure to cushion the effect on us? Because it is affecting our parents and indirectly affecting us.
This one was removed thoughtlessly.
That's
it's a wrong way. The president takes decision before he thinks.
Oh.
Yes, and I don't think that it is a way to lead 200 million people. You don't lead people like you are leading your kitchen staff. You understand? It was not even part of the script that he was delivering his speech for. The same day it was inaugurated, he just said subsidy is gone. The next day, all the filling stations shut down and increased to that price. Now you want the force of demand and supply to
be the one dictating prices.
Think about the citizen, how they will subsist after you are taking off subsidy. How they going to survive? How they going to get the
narrative that was sold there was that there is no other option.
Yes, there is no other option, but government.
I don't know if you guys saw it.
Government ought to have planned for a way to have the people to give the people soft landing. That was not there at all. So what happened is that you remove the subsidy and the whole place, the cost of living rose 300%.
Overnight?
Yes, overnight. So that's not, then later I started thinking of what to do. Now say you will give some families 80,000, later you change it and give the money to government.
And it was all about giving money. Did you collect any 8,000?
So,
give you 8,000, what do you want to say?
Did you collect it or do you know anybody that collected it? Well, let's be realistic. Okay, to say do you eat 3 times a day, David?
Who eats 3 times? I don't even say 2. One I manage, I breathe.
Sometimes it's sounding like we're exaggerating, and it's actually the reality of things. The fact that I heard another woman on TV she was like, she said it in Yoruba, that ọmọ ṣó ni sí mọ́, ọmọ ṣó ti jẹun. What that means is, are you full is no longer the question. It's regardless of whether you are full or not. When we were young, we had pot bellies as children. We were not drinking beer, it was food. It was rice. They will stop you when they feel it. Okay, they will feel it is tight.
But
now see how bad it has become.
The price of rice has means everything. Everything you can think of, the price has gone up. Okay, even school fees, they are increasing it.
At the same time.
Most people's salaries are not increasing.
So what you are telling the people to do in that regard is that you are telling them to go and be committing offense.
Are we asking the right questions? Even if you are supposed, let's reason together. Are we asking the right questions? Because when subsidy was removed, everything went skyrocketed overnight. The same time, some of us are university students here. The more than, is it 500 or 400% increase on our fees? They did it at the same time. And now, survivor hard, fees hard. Even to get power, you were generating power that we're generating ourselves through fuel. You want to. It just, I don't know if it's just me.
And I think nobody's even talking about the repercussions of these things, because if the government consider the repercussions, I think they will work on the laws and everything.
There are some decisions they will
have long-time impact on the economy, on the people.
Long time go far, immediate impact.
You see, one of the indices through which countries are judged as first world, second world, third world, we don't have any of those indices in our country. And that is why this increase in price will affect adversely. There are countries that buy fuel higher than we are purchasing it. South Africa will buy it higher than what we have it today. But because they have those indices, one of the indices you judge a country, that is first world. One is access to credit. Access to credit. If I want to buy a car, I don't need to have 100% the money. Access to credit. Yes. Then I talk about public health care. Okay, you talk about public health care.
And food security.
Yes, you talk about meritocracy.
What is that?
Meritocracy is that you achieve and attain everything you must get by merit, not by
okay, from the word merit,
not by nepotism or whatever it is you bring to the table before you are able to assess what.
Not a man.
Yeah, before you can assess
is whatever
you want.
Okay.
That the son of a poor man and the son of a rich man
can have equal access to opportunities.
Yes, equal access to opportunities. Okay, everybody have equal access and all that. So these indices are not in our country. So you cannot even categorize us as even developing. We are not developing. We are static because we don't have the indices. So when you don't have the indices, and in the US, for example, the price of milk, a gallon of milk, but they sell in gallons, not in cans like we do, can be, I think now it's about $2.01. It has been like that for over 20 years.
Is that same price?
Yes, but when they increase goods, even in Dublin, where I partly stay, it's not by €2, €3. It's by it's by the least amount.
Okay, Barrister, where you're going now,
you understand?
I spoke to my godmother in Canada yesterday. She just called me out of the blues. And she said how things are, the inflation rate is extremely, difficult. There are things they used to buy for, the example she gave, if I remember correctly, was $2. It's almost 4 times, what do they call it? But she mentioned that if you don't pass your boundary, you go still survive in that place. Where I'm going is, some of the excuses they give is that this inflation is a global phenomenon.
No, global.
Okay.
Global. When you are talking about luxury.
Okay.
Luxury. Etiquette now. Your etiquette now high over. Over the fundamentals, we call them necessities. Bread, milk, chocolate, all those basics.
And shelter.
If you are leading and you increase by 2 cents or $1, you will lose the next election. Then you will lose. So it has to be, it's completely measured you can't have an increase of $5 on anything overnight. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So the prices of those basic necessities don't go high like that. Luxuries are the things that maybe airfare and all that.
So when they try to tell us to calm down, that it is like that everywhere, we should tell them,
well, they are not saying the truth.
They are not saying the truth.
In December, the price of cement was 5,200. You understand? Yesterday I bought cement for 7,200. 2,000 naira increase on it. So it tells you that when you are buying like 130 bags.
Wow.
Where do you find solid as the consumer in this country?
So we have a country that is not regulated. You understand? They just want to tell you stories and do whatever it is they want to do. And the citizens are not conscious enough to even resist some of these things.
That's the thing. As a people.
So what would you recommend that we do then?
What I recommend that we do is that we occupy the National Assembly, occupy the streets, shut down the economy completely. Yes, because what is already happening to us, the economy is shut against us. So let's shut it down and let's start afresh. That's exactly what we should do.
That is going to be extremely difficult, because in my own view, the tribal consciousness is at an all-time high in the country, more than I've ever seen since I was born. People being conscious of where they're from. So you are shouting. This recent election,
Countryhood is a core. Countryhood or nationhood is a core to a bigger deal. When they say country, they say come out from the enclaves of your tribes. Let's embrace a bigger deal called countryhood.
Yeah.
Okay, now once countryhood fails, like we are now, countryhood has failed already. People recline to their tribes.
Yeah.
You understand? Because the tribe is the natural enemy of the state. And the tribe is jealous, very jealous that the idea of countryhood was able to call everybody out to forget their tribe, to cleave to a bigger deal. But that deal has failed. So people will naturally, because people think survival on the basis of their clan and tribe.
I want to ask you something, Tal.
Yes.
In the context of Nigeria, don't you think it's the tribe that led to countryhood, not countryhood, what's the word, causing us to decline back to tribe? It's the consciousness of being...
No, it's the failure of countryhood.
That failure happened as a result of tribalism, in my own view.
No, whatever it is that caused it,
Okay.
it's not material at this point in time. It's immaterial. The truth is that whatever it is we're called out from our tribes to embrace as countryhood, they spoiled it with tribalism. They spoiled it with different isms.
It is just
So now that it's spoiled, people will naturally recline to their tribes, because it's from tribe that you can actually, get on to the next man who is closest to you and find how you can navigate across. You understand? So it's unfortunate that we are not growing in this country. You understand? And the citizens are part of the reason why things are the way they are.
They say government is a reflection of the people.
Yeah, it's a reflection of the people. We deserve the kind of leadership we have. Somebody came on the democracy and said that Miloko, that is wrong. And then he was allowed to, you understand. So he became a president and every other things and afterthoughts. So you remove something is gone.
So to break it down now, let's just how has survival been the past few months? Who will go first? I would have said Petrina, but I think I see how survival has been. It's been quite perfect, isn't it?
It's not perfect, but I won't say that it's hitting me too bad that I cannot eat 3 times a day.
Oh, okay. That 3 square means the
I still
complete.
eat, yes.
Okay.
I have to.
David, you know, IDB. I like your sign. That sign is suggesting a lot.
It's what I see I eat. As a child of the government, they've not even paid us.
Hey, what I see, I eat.
NIC
They've
have
not even
decided
paid you.
not to pay us.
So now is the luxury choice when it comes to food is not a luxury. Do you get what I mean?
Of course, no.
We've all fallen back to our student power. If you know what that is.
Please break that down.
Give us office.
Oh, it's. Do you know? Okay, I like where you went to. Yeah, my mom sells some of these things. Do you know how much is a paint plastic of Gary now?
4,000.
No, it's not. It's you are so not in tune.
If you get there, then it's really.
At some point, it used to be 350, got to 500. It is pushing 2,325 now, I think.
Wow.
Wait, you said it paint.
A paint plastic.
It pains. The question is, how is fuel, how is dollar affecting those things that we make?
No, don't make it in the shop where you are buying it. You move it there.
If you did yam in the middle where you have a truckload of yam, the amount of money you used to buy diesel to bring it to Lagos overnight,
My move overpower the cost of the entire yam.
such that balancing it, we are in trouble if you think about it.
Very much in trouble, and we must begin to think about how to get out of this trouble.
Yeah.
And we must also know that the elderly, the ones that are leading you people, have no ideas on how to get out of it.
Actually,
The Gen Zs are the ones that will.
we need to get involved and begin to have these conversations actively.
And decide how you are going to get out from this doldrum.
And really, we need to be resilient because we should not let maybe not little, we should not let actions from the government shut us down.
Sometimes it's not as easy.
It's not as easy, but
because actions from the government
to actually
sometimes takes life.
Yes.
That conversation is very controversial.
Their goal is to shut us up, so don't give in.
Actually,
if you really want to get out of this,
we need to be more conscious.
They will adapt to it.
That is a course that we have.
Because social media
because you are even talking enough about it that I say they want to regulate the social media. They want to look for a way to style.
Oh yes. I heard that the regulation of social media.
You know, during the NSAS, the elderly generation, they were so scared about the young ones, how they organize it in a way that you couldn't trace the source of funding.
It was one of those times I was proud to be a Nigerian.
The source of funding,
Gen Z.
the source of funding was through blockchain technology.
Exactly. It was untraceable.
What blockchain technology was, and it was so well organized that the international community, gave kudos to what was going on.
They had to chime in.
Yes, and all that. So the government became embarrassed. The only thing they could think about is to send soldiers to go and shoot people.
I saw patriotism at its best since I was born.
People forgot the way I was said, forgot the way you.
No, on a Friday when the Muslims were praying, these Christians surrounded them.
Swept, cleared it, spread mat, and now surrounded and prayed.
It was a new definition. It was a kind of Nigeria. I remember I was in the legal team, and I invited a friend to come to the ground. And when he got there, banker, when he got there, before he got to me, he was with a bottle of Goldberg. And I was asking, see, they've given him beer, that is the second bottle. And they've given him food before he got to me. Before I brought out the food that I had for him. You understand? So, the people who, by virtue of their health condition, who collapsed during the protest, there was, we had medics.
Understand that?
Yes, understand that. Where any kind of thing we wanted to happen, the Nigeria of our dream happened
in those 48 to 72 hours.
Beyond all the tribalism,
that 1 week, you understand? People were able to network. Some people got married after
by virtue of the protest.
So you see, we can change Nigeria. We just have a government that is unwilling to have us change the country, turn it around. Both the rich and the poor that came for the protest were equal. If you notice.
Celeb, non-celeb.
Yes, celeb, non-celeb. The kind of music we listen to, both the poor and the rich. People who had enough money with them brought that money to give to those who didn't come with enough money.
There were food. People left home because of food.
Yes.
Free food. They were charging,
especially cooked on the road.
I remember they were moving from a particular place and so
what kind of country would you have prayed for?
Coming back for you.
Other than that, everybody, there was love. People we shared and all that. So, but the government came and short-lived it and converted it into hardship.
That's the thing, and we are beautiful people in this country.
And they have been entrenched it now to the point where
for 250.
It won't get
That's
it is
size.
Less than how many years ago?
Is
toothpaste.
toothpaste not supposed to be less than 500 naira?
The toothpaste I use now costs about 8,500. I don't want to call the brand. It's 8,500 now. That's the cost.
at this
That's the cost the last time I bought it.
with emphasis on the last time.
Yeah.
Because
So-
prices are increasing every day.
So now it might be up to 10,000 naira, I don't know. But if you use 10,000 naira to buy toothpaste,
People will not brush
what
up.
will you use to eat? So they are
I think
sending
we
us
are not
back.
angry enough as a people.
We are not angry enough. They are sending us back to the old stone age.
As a people, we are not angry
People are
enough.
just scared of
This is
the
pathetic.
consequences of their actions. It's not like, but then we still
Person
get to
will
that
die,
point
will
where
die.
you be so angry that you don't even care about what will happen. And I feel like that is one thing that the government should try to avoid. Because the moment we get angry to the point that we don't care about the consequences of our actions, we are ready to do anything.
The government is insensitive. Do you know with this hardship and the whole problem, do you know what they are talking about? They are talking about to make sure that you don't talk.
Regulate social media.
Is it possible for you to be under this condition and not
I
talk?
don't talk.
So you see that I want the government to go ahead with that social media thing.
And watch the response.
Because that is where the outbreak will come from.
The
Yeah.
trigger.
I know how senseless this government
Exactly.
is. I know how thoughtless they are.
Are you of the opinion that they might go through with it?
Yes, that is what they will initiate now. That's where the protest will start from. That's what I'm saying.
You think they will
Ah,
actually not
They show you that one.
No, not that. I have already decided that I'm going to file an action against the government to restrain the federal government from coming with whatever regulation. The social media portals and platforms are owned by owned by companies. Those companies have enough regulations. And we subscribe to those companies. We don't subscribe to federal government.
Yes.
How be it that those companies have a link with the government, we should file an action to restrain the federal government from doing that in the world. Because the freedom of expression is a fundamental right of citizens. You understand? And that is critical.
Oh, we've come to the end of the conversation today. I'd like to thank our guests for being on the show.
Thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you guys
Thank
so
you,
much.
Barrister.
It's a pleasure.
Also, thank you, our viewers, for watching. So we'll come your way again. Bye from us.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.